Alright folks, today we're going to learn how to change colors with crochet. So this is just the basic technique. There's lots of different ways to do color work with crochet, and we're going to learn several of them, but we're going to start with just a basic color change. Alright friends, so again I'm working with just a basic yarn and a size H crochet hook. So my yarn for these videos is Caron Simply Soft. You can use whatever works for you, whatever you can find, whatever's available. And let's talk about color changes. So I'm going to work with double crochet just for fun. So if I'm working with this lovely pink yarn and I really want to change yarn right here, right in the middle of the row, I can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the stitch. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook and yarn over and pull through a loop. Then I'm going to yarn over and pull through two, but now I'm going to wait. Whatever stitch you're doing, you're going to do the color change on the last step of the stitch. So for a double crochet, this is the last step of the stitch, right? If I yarned over and pulled through these two loops, that's the end of my stitch. So now I've got my other color, this green, that I'm going to switch to. So I'm just going to drop my working yarn of pink, and I'm going to take my green, and I'm going to make sure that my working end is coming this way just like my other yarn was, and this is my free end. I'm going to make sure I leave enough extra on the free end side that I can weave that end in later. But I'm just going to pick up this yarn and I'm going to pull it through like my last stitch of the double crochet. Now I'm going to use this working yarn. I'm just going to leave this pink here. I could cut it off, but I will later if I was working this project. So now I'm going to just continue with double crochet using my new color. And it's really important that you do it on the last step of the previous stitch instead of just starting the new stitch with that color. Because if you look at this, the last part of that other stitch ended up being the top of this stitch, right? So now this is all pink and this is all green and it's lined up. If I had pulled through, then I would have this weird pink top on top of my green stitch. So that's not what I want. So you want to do it on the last step of whatever stitch you're doing. Now I'm on this green, and let's say at the end of this row I want to switch back to pink. Same thing, if it's a row end, I'm going to work up until the last step of my stitch. I'm going to drop this yarn, just going to drop it. I'm going to take my pink. I didn't trim it off just for this example, but I'm going to take my pink and I'm going to pull that through to finish that last stitch. Then I can keep going with my pink. I'll chain 3 because I'm working double crochet, and I'll turn. Okay, does that make sense? So no matter where you are, if you're at the end of the row, if you're in the middle of the row, you're going to pull the new color through for the last step of whatever stitch you're doing. Sometimes at the end of the row, especially if you know you're going to cut this yarn, you can choose to cut that yarn. So just finish this stitch all the way. So I just finished my double crochet, and I can cut that off and finish off this color and then attach the next color. That works on the end of the row. There are some tricks for getting that new starting stitch to look better than a chain you can actually do, but that's a lesson for another day. So it's an option. If you want to, at the end of a row, you can finish this color off first and then join a new color using a slip stitch on your hook. I just find that it leaves a little bit more bulk because you have the knot from the slip stitch that ends up in the work. And so I prefer this method, but there are options. Okay, your square for today, if you're following along, I did this one in triple crochet and I just alternated colors. I did 2 rows of triple crochet in my first color, then a row of my contrast color, 2 rows, 1 row, 2 rows. So if you want to do this, you can. You can really do whatever you want. You want to do another single crochet block? Cool. Just pick 2 colors or 3 colors even if you want to. You could just do a rainbow block. You could do red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, whatever. You can pick whatever colors you want. Just practice color changing and enjoy. It's getting exciting, right? You've got so many skills now. Opening up the world of crochet, it is at your fingertips. And the next project, we're going to combine a bunch of these skills that you've been learning in the last few videos, and I've got a free pattern for you It is a blanket, and it's like the fastest blanket pattern ever. It's all triple crochet, and I'm going to teach you how to do this ripple pattern. So you know how to increase, you know how to decrease, you know how to triple crochet, and you know how to color change. You can make this baby blanket. So stay tuned for the next video where I will tell you how.